Hello and welcome to the Road to the Revolutionary War. Today, you will be continuing your learning through the use of a miniature PBL project titled The Road to the Revolutionary War. We have a driving question that I'm sure your teachers have spoke to you about that is highlighted in blue right here. What were some of the major causes of the Revolutionary War? And if you are able to explain some of those causes that led up to the Revolutionary War and the impacts they made, as well as if you can create a presentation of your learning, you will be successful. So think about those two things, that you can explain some of the reasons or causes that led up to the Revolutionary War and the impacts they made, and create a presentation of your learning. I'm sure that everybody can do those two things. How are we going to get there? Well, first, we're going to be using some digital and written information, and you'll be learning about some events that caused the Revolutionary War. And then you will be doing a final project through the use of a choice board to create a presentation or a representation of what you have actually learned. Some of the resources you'll use, we're going to be using the graphic organizer or the Causes of the Revolution graphic organizer that I have attached to this message. Chapter 10 TCI. I've also attached it to this page, but I also know that if you would like to listen to these chapters read to you, you're going to have to log into TCI for that. We'll also be using Chapter 11 of TCI. We are going to also be using the information that we learned about the Patriots and the Loyalists when we did our Wonder Bubble in Language Arts. And then also Chapter 12 of the TCI book, the Declaration of Independence. And any other websites that you guys find. If there are good websites out there that have a lot of good Revolutionary War information, I would be more than happy to post those. So get those to me. So we have been doing social studies 2 days a week. In that's probably 25 to 50, 60 minutes a day, a week. That's going to continue. And it's really important that you check your social studies course daily because there will be some sort of daily work. I am going to be posting a discussion post that you will read and respond to, and then you'll also respond to 2 other people. And that's going to be every day that we have social studies. And just a little hint for everybody, that discussion post will be about one of the major causes of the Revolutionary War. So it's kind of a twofer. We will also be doing some ongoing work. So after you finish your daily work or your daily discussion post for social studies, you're going to be doing some ongoing learning. And this is where you will be just finding out information and doing some research. So this is where that the PBL piece comes in, where you are doing some research and finding out some information on your own. So again, I said that you should expect 40 to 60 minutes of working on social studies per week. And we want you to continue this. If you don't have social studies, but you don't have anything to do, it would be an okay thing to work on this, okay? Your teachers will be checking in with you to make sure that you have made progress or if you need help. So don't leave this for last minute. There are 3 big pieces that we will be covering or going through as we get to the final project piece or the fun part. The first one, we're going to read Chapter 10 of TCI. It's attached to this page. And while we're reading Chapter 10 of TCI, we're also going to be taking some notes. I went ahead and created a note-taking guide Cornell style for you guys. It is also attached to this page. But it goes through a lot of the big questions that I want to know about are listed right here on the left-hand side. You'll have some space for notes, and then also how this event or this law or act affected people. How did it affect the colonies? Okay. Second piece is to skim over Chapter 11. I know that in language arts we've already covered the Loyalist and Patriot Wonder Bubble, and we learned a lot about those two groups of people in the colonies. And I just want you to skim over that chapter because I know that you'll have looked at it in language arts. And there are three big questions that I want you to answer. Who was a Loyalist? Okay. Who was a Patriot? And how did their perspectives differ? Because they had different ideas about how the colonies should be run, and it's really important to bring those up. The third piece is to read Chapter 12, which is about the Declaration of Independence. And you're going to be telling me or taking some notes on the 5 parts of the Declaration of Independence and what those parts were meant to communicate to the King of England. And then also, what was the impact of sending this document to the king? What happened after that? At this point, you'll be ready to move on to your final project. But before that starts, you're going to need to check in with your teacher, okay? Now, these 3 things might seem like a lot of information and a lot of learning. They are. But we hope that as you spend 20 minutes a day reading and taking notes on each piece, you'll begin to understand that if you chunk it up, it won't be as unmanageable. Okay, so maybe for the first day of social studies, you read the first 2 sections on the French and Indian War and the Proclamation of 1763 and take those notes. Once you've got those 2 done, you're done. You can move on to the next 2 on the next social studies day. Or maybe there's a day where you don't have anything to do for science and you just want to do social studies. That's fine. I don't want you to think that these are so unmanageable and so huge that you can't chunk it up. Take it slow. Make sure and read carefully, okay? And take good notes. I have made sure to attach everything to this page here at the bottom. So if there is anything else you need, make sure and contact your social studies teacher. I hope everybody has a nice day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.